Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a very exciting evening of La Salette basketball. This is your host, Father Daniel Chavarria, with the Mr. Joseph Mackin III, bringing you tonight's action between your La Salette Lions and their arch rival, Georgetown Ridge Farm Buffaloes. How are you doing tonight, Joe?
I'm doing great. I think the Lions have a lot of energy and momentum going into this game here, not from any of their previous victories, because so far in this tournament they haven't been great. So far in the last tournament they weren't amazing either. However, I do think that with the pressure of this rivalry on, I think this could be a game that changes the outlook of the season.
I agree with you. This is a make-or-break evening for your La Salette Lions coming into tonight's action with a 1-5 record.
Round of the Toyota of Danville Classic. Tonight's first game features
They lost their opening game against the Arthur Lovington Knights by a score of 34-63, while Georgetown beat Watseka in their first game 49-41. We'll take a minute for the national anthem.
Please remember that St. Joseph Ogden High School and the IHSA expects everyone to show respect for the efforts of all participants involved through a positive display of sportsmanship.
To round off the other scores for you from the first 2 days of the Toyota of Danville Classic, hosted by St. Joe Ogden High School. Opening evening of play, Tuesday, November 30th, saw Oakwood beat Danville Schlarman 50-41. La Salette, as we mentioned, fell to Arthur Lovington 34-63. Cissna Park was defeated by the host, St. Joe Ogden Spartans 55-78. Danville Schlarman beat Cissna Park 67-52. Georgetown Ridge Farm beat Watseka 49-41. And St. Joe Ogden beat Oakwood 62-57. The starting lineups are being announced for the visiting Georgetown Ridge Farm Buffaloes. We see number 2, Jace Bina, a senior. Number 3, Cameron Steinbaugh, a freshman. His brother, Cale Steinbaugh, senior leader of the team, number 10. Number 11, Caden Mingy, a senior. And finally, number 14, Logan Hummel, a junior.
For the home team in tonight's game,
The La Salette Lions result tonight will be heavily tempered by how they are able to contain number 10 Steinbaugh, who everyone fully expects to graduate this year as Georgetown Ridge Farm's all-time leading scorer. Starting lineups being announced for La Salette. Number 10, Steve Deister, a senior. Number 11, Joe Martin, a senior. Number 13, Matt Romero, a junior, getting his first start of the year. And you can tell he almost forgot to bump the refs. Number 22, Derwin Wilson, a senior. And number 24, Joe DeArtola, a senior. Joe DeArtola was the Lions' leading scorer from their first game with 10 points, while Georgetown Ridge Farm was led by 24 from Cale Steinbaugh. tip-off is controlled by the Georgetown Ridge Farm Buffaloes, and Cale Steinbaugh brings it into the front court, guarded by Joe Martin. Pass on the wing to Bina, pressured by Romero. Bina is a lefty, so Romero forces him to his weak hand, and the shot is up and no good. However, the Buffaloes control the rebound. We saw number 14 for them banging on the boards against the Lions to get that board. That was a very nice effort by Georgetown. However, Derwin Wilson finally comes up with the basketball, and as Georgetown won the tip, La Salette will have the first possession arrow. Nice fight on the boards there by number 14, Logan Hummel, a junior. La Salette controls it in the Georgetown half of the court. We see, Joe, the Buffaloes coming out in a 2-3 zone. So the Lions are playing a man-to-man defense. Georgetown Ridge Farm coming out in a 2-3 zone to try to keep the Lions out of the paint and doubtlessly trying to close down on their outside shooters. A three-pointer from Steven Deister, the Lions' first attempt at the ball game, bounces off the rim, no good. Georgetown brings it back the other way. Steinbaugh being guarded by Joe Martin. The ball is deflected and goes into the backcourt. His brother Cale Steinbaugh now with the basketball. Hands it off to, his brother Cameron Steinbaugh with the basketball. Hands it off to Cale. Cale trying to dance free. Swung to Mingy at the top of the key, and he travels. That traveling violation will give the Lions possession of the basketball back. Big shout out to the Deisters, who are doubtlessly tuning in tonight to watch their son and sibling Stephen play, all except, of course, for the Reverend Father Charles Deister, who is here anxiously scanning the action right in front of me in the stands. Although the Lions' start to the season has been difficult with a 1-5 record, still a couple of those losses were by very small margins. The Lions leading at halftime in several of those games. So we're just a possession or two away from being 3-3 on the year. Long rebound control by the Lions. Joe Martin dribbles now. Lions working it around. Not much happening here on the offensive side of the floor. Ball swung in the corner and now up top. We can see both of these rivals being very cautious, not wanting to give their opponents any easy shots to start off the game.
Excellent defense here from both teams. Big pressure being brought. That's why we haven't seen a lot of these shots falling and a lot of shot attempts.
Very good point. The La Salette Lions have been struggling to find their rhythm on offense. Steven Deister and Joe Martin have been a little up and down. On some nights shooting the ball very well, and on others struggling to score. Joe DeArtola from the outside splashes home the three. As the seniors would tell me, yes, sir, on the three-point attempt.
Yes, sir.
Georgetown brings it back the other way. We see a trap there coming off the ball screen. So what Georgetown Ridge Farm will try to do, Joe, is to set a screen for number 10 Steinbaugh at the top of the key to try to get him free from his defender and allow him to penetrate the paint. Steinbaugh is Georgetown's best player and one of the area's better guards. The Lions countered that on that possession by bringing another guy around the screen to trap Steinbaugh with two players. Three-pointer by Deister is also up and good. Early 6-0 lead from the Lions on back-to-back triples from DeArtola and Deister. The Lions have several players who can shoot it from the outside, and when they all get going, the Lions can be very tough to guard.
It's also really good to see Joe DeArtola coming out loud here in the first quarter. Last game was not a great game for him in the first half. It took him a while to get into his rhythm, so it's good to see him.
It did take him a while to get rolling. Very true. Cale Steinbaugh scores a three of his own on the other end from the corner to cut the Lions' lead in half and nearly stole that pass in the front court. But it bounced off of his hands out of bounds, and La Salette will control possession. The La Salette Coliseum Crazies are out in full force today. We were scrambling to get an extension cord before the start of the game to move the broadcasting table as far from them as possible. And we were kindly obliged by the great efforts of the Right Reverend Father Dylan Flannery, who was able to talk to the the administration here at St. Joe and get us sorted. Father Flannery pointed out to us that he drives the bus, gets the extension cord, and without him, we wouldn't be able to put our pants on in the morning. Not his words, those are mine.
Mask timeout.
A mask timeout is called by the officials, so as I'm sure our viewers will notice, masks are required to be worn during play in the Illinois High School Athletic, by the Illinois High School State Athletic Association. So the players are masked and the officials are masked, and therefore there's extra official timeouts added every quarter in order to give the players a chance to frankly catch their breath and be able to keep up the pace during the game. La Salette takes the court now, trailing Georgetown 6-3. No, sorry, leading Georgetown 6-3. What am I saying? Got a look there from my broadcasting partner. Don't want to get that wrong. Lions started off the game with three-pointers from DeArtola and Deister, and the Buffaloes answered back with a triple by Steinbaugh. Deister swipes the ball away from Cameron Steinbaugh and passes the ball to Matthew Romero. However, Romero was not prepared for the pass and travels with the basketball to turn possession back over to Georgetown. Ball is being fought for by Joe Martin, who dives on the floor for it and grabs possession. However, in the opinion of the officials, he traveled. So ball will go back to Georgetown Ridge Farm Buffaloes. Lions showing a lot of effort on defense here early on in the game, Joe.
Yeah, it's really good to see. Obviously, they don't want to get down early, which has sometimes been a problem with this team. Although most of the time they do play pretty decent first halves, they're not making that a possibility. They're not even seeing that in the realm of possibilities. They're not getting down early here in this game, and they want to go into halftime on top.
Exactly. They dig themselves into a hole. That three-pointer by number 21, Zach Roach, will tie matters up. So now 6-6 with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go. A three-pointer up by Joe Martin is no good. However, DeArtola controls the rebound. Shout out to DeArtola and the fantastic job he's been doing, showing great senior leadership on the court defensively, knocking down a few shots and battling on the boards against often much bigger opposition. A couple of Lions attempts there came up empty. Number 11, Caden Mingy, a senior, drove the lane and got fouled there by Derwin Wilson, so he'll go to the line for 2 shots. Mingy had 12 points in Georgetown's opening win over the Watseka Warriors, 49-41. The Buffaloes were led in scoring in that game by Steinbaugh's 24 points. As I already mentioned, La Salette fell to Arthur Lovington their opening game. They were paced in their losing effort by DeArtola's 10 points. Mingy hits one of the free throws, so now it's a 7-6 lead. La Salette controlling it on offense, encouraged by the Crazies. Steven Deister tries to throw it inside to Romero, but Georgetown hands in the way there. Ball in the front court to Steinbaugh. Nearly stolen by Joe Martin, but it goes off of him and out of bounds. Steinbaugh seeing a lot of attention early from these La Salette Lions, Joe. Design play finds Steinbaugh open under the basket. However, Lions hold good defensive position and Steinbaugh unable to convert on the play. But his Buffaloes enjoy a 7-6 lead over La Salette with just under 2 minutes to go in our first quarter. Joe DeArtola caught the ball and released it, but a traveling violation called on him by the referees. Possession to Georgetown with a 7-6 lead, a minute and a half to go in the first quarter. Steinbaugh goes to his left hand there, pursues his own rebound, and comes over the back and fouls the Lions defender there. That'll be the first foul on Steinbaugh, the second foul on the Buffaloes. Steven Deister trots it into the front court for the La Salette Lions. His pass is stolen by Steinbaugh. Deister swipes the ball away from Steinbaugh. No foul called there on the play. Some contact, but the ref judged that Deister got all ball. Lions control it and get it to Deister, to Martin in the corner. Over to Matthew Romero, and he knocks it home. Romero knocks down a triple. He's been doing that throughout this opening part of the Lions season. Ball in the corner to Bina, who answers with a three of his own. So 10-9 Georgetown as time ticks away in this first quarter. Joe Martin controls it on the wing there and gets it to Steven Deister, who comes back to the top of the key. Tightly contested ball game so far, with each team answering the other's push here in the first quarter. Derwin Wilson in the corner and Romero up to Martin. La Salette will control for the last shot of the quarter. A charging violation called on Steven Deister. That will turn possession, or I think it was on Derwin, excuse me, for pushing off. Yeah, that was on Derwin for pushing off in the post. That's his second foul. The seconds tick away to end the first quarter of play. Ball is stolen by the Lions. Ball has got up to Joe Martin, who is not aware of the clock enough and takes too long to control the ball before getting the shot up. So, end of the first quarter of action. Georgetown, Ridge Farm, Buffaloes 10, La Salette Lions 9.
You were talking earlier about how it's good to see Joe Martin coming out here and really giving it a lot. Joe Martin, he hasn't scored yet in the game, but what this shows us is that he's continuing to try, even despite the fact that his shots aren't falling. And usually that's become a tendency of his, that he gets out early in the game, he misses a lot of his shots, and then he just kind of maybe not gives up, but doesn't play as well the rest of the game. He gets discouraged. So it's good to see him playing through that adversity, and I think that's going to pay off once we get further into this game.
I completely agree, Joe. He's played great defense on Steinbaugh as well on the other side of the floor, really limiting that slick Georgetown guard. How many points does Steinbaugh have so far?
Steinbaugh's got 3 points so far. There was just that one where he responded. Right.
And one three-pointer from Bina.
Right, and then one from Roach.
From Roach, right?
Right.
And the free throw from Mingy, so that accounts for Georgetown's 10. How about for the Lions?
For the Lions, we've got a 3 from Steven Deister, Joe Duratola, and Matthew Romero. So we see that 3 ball really coming in handy here for the Lions here in the first.
Yeah. We're feasting on the triple early on in the game.
And the thing is, we've missed a lot of our threes. So I think that further on in the game, once the shots get a little more tuned up, I think we'll be looking in pretty good shape.
That three-pointer by Duratola is no good. In the corner to Roach. Roach knocks it down. Durtola's got to get his hand up on that play. 13-9 now Georgetown, 4-point lead. The 7.5 minutes to go in the first half. That three-pointer by Deister is no good. Now into the front court, over to Roach again. No good on the shot. Duratola goes up to get the rebound, and he's fouled by Cameron Steinbaugh, coming over the back there and fouling. 2 Steinbaugh brothers playing in the game for Georgetown. That's number 10, Cale Steinbaugh, star senior guard, and number 3, Cameron Steinbaugh, the freshman. That was good ball movement by the Lions. Ball going into Duratola before it comes back out to Joe Martin. Back in the corner to Duratola. Same ball movement pattern again. Ball pinballed around now. Deister drives the middle and swings it back out to Martin. Lions very cautious on offense. A three in the corner by Romero is up and no good. And Georgetown brings it the other way. The Lions have knocked down a few threes here early, Joe, but they're going to need to get something on the inside going as well if they're going to put consistent offensive pressure against Georgetown.
I completely agree.
Buffaloes number 11, Caden Mingy.
We've also got to see players not afraid to shoot the ball for a second time on a possession. For example, we saw Joe Martin down there. He missed a three early in the possession, and then later on he got about 2 or 3 open looks and didn't take any of them. He just kept passing the ball around, which leads to a bad shot from Matthew Romero. Or not a bad shot, but a more contested shot in the corner.
I agree. Eamon Martin, the sophomore, checks into the game, and hawks one up right off the bat and did everything but went in, kicked up and around. Cale Steinbach drives the middle and is fouled by number 22, Derwin Wilson. That's 3 fouls already on Derwin. He has to be careful here. At 5 fouls, a player fouls out of the game. Joe Martin diving after the basketball, misses it. Steinbach controls the rebound and passes it to his brother Cameron in the corner, who misses the 3. Joe Martin with the rebound. Lions come back the other way. Trailing 13-9 in this first half of play. Lions patiently moving it around here. Derwin Wilson now tries a 3 of his own, and it's no good. D'Artola fights for the rebound, but it's controlled by number 2, Jace Bina. Bina dribbles it into the front court and gets it to Mingy at the top of the key. Mingy drives, puts it up. His shot is no good, but he was fouled on the play.
Foul on the Lions, number 10, Steven Deister.
That foul will be on Deister, his first foul. We'll send Mingy to the line again. His free throw is up and good. Salette and Georgetown both with 4 fouls in this first half. Second free throw by Mingy is also up and good. Number 32, Charles Prather, a sophomore, checks into the game for number 22, Derwin Wilson. Prather comes into the game with his Lions trailing Georgetown by a score of 15-9. Lions pinball the ball around now. Steven Deister's shot from the elbow is no good, but he was fouled on the play. That foul will, I believe, be on number 21, Zach Roach. It is. That's his first foul of the game. And the Buffaloes' 5th foul of the half. They lead Salette 15-9 as coach John Spezia calls a timeout. So to recap this first half so far, Joe, we've seen the Lions knock down some nice threes early. We've seen them play tough defense, definitely pressuring Steinbach quite a bit and doing all they can against Mingy. The Buffaloes' points have come from number 21, Zach Roach. I think his 6 are the difference in the ballgame so far with a 15-9 score. But on offense, the Lions have looked just a little bit stagnant, just kind of pinballing it around the outside without getting much going towards the basket. We need to see some cuts. We need to see some dribble penetration. We need to see a little more pressure.
Right. So far in the game, neither teams have scored anything other than a three-pointer or a free throw. So we haven't seen much inside ball movement. That's or true, ball, yeah. Shooting inside.
Maybe they don't know that 2-pointers are legal.
That's what you would think.
That first free throw from Deister was as flat as a pancake. Bounces off the back of the rim, no good. Second one is up, and that one's good. 10-15, Salette trails Georgetown. Now we see an interesting development. Number 21, Zach Roach for Georgetown will dribble the ball up, and number 10, Steinbach will play off of the ball. He gets it to Mingy, who drives, and Deister was waiting for him. Deister draws the charge. That's the second foul on Mingy, the sixth foul on Georgetown. And Father Carlisle shouts his encouragement to Deister from the bench. He challenged Deister to draw a charge this game, so Deister was able to do so. Now I see Deister running the baseline, also playing off the ball to try to give the Lions an additional scoring option. Joe DeArtola gets it at the free throw line, turns around and shoots. The shot is no good, but a nice possession from La Salette there, Joe, getting something closer to the paint besides something besides a three-pointer. Zach Roach dribbles it uncontested at the top of the key before finally bouncing it out to Steinbaugh. 15-10 Georgetown Ridge Farm. 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. Steinbaugh drives in there. He was fouled by Joe Martin on the drive. That's only Martin's first foul of the game, which is a good work so far, guarding Steinbaugh and only having one foul with 3.5 minutes to go. But knock on wood with that one. I hope he doesn't pick up another. Mingy inbounds the ball. Gets it to Steinbaugh. Pick set up for him by Zach Roach. Steinbaugh goes all the way to the basket and follows his miss. Goes back up and in. Good strong finish there by Cale Steinbaugh. 17-10 Georgetown. La Salette controls the ball. La Salette relocates now. The ball was skipped from one side of the court to the other, and neither of the Martin brothers seemed to know who was supposed to grab it, so it sails between them and out of bounds.
Timeout called by La Salette.
Coach Spezia calls the timeout. We have just under 3 minutes to play in the first half, with his Lions trailing Georgetown 17-10. Coming out of the timeout, it will be Georgetown basketball. The Lions have Joe Martin, Steven Deister, Charles Prather. A steal by Deister, streaks into the front court, takes on Zach Roach, spins, goes up with his right hand, and scores it. Nice layup by Steven Deister. Lead now down to 5, 17-12 Georgetown. Ball in the corner to Cameron Steinbaugh. His shot is up and no good. But Mingy controls the rebound. However, Georgetown Ridge Farm calls a timeout before the Lions have a chance to tie up. Mingy on the floor there. Nice instincts by Deister, jumping the passing lane there, and a very pretty finish on the other side of the floor. The Lions, as we mentioned, have had some early season struggles. They come into tonight with a 1-5 record and still looking for their first win of the Toyota of Danville Classic here, hosted at St. Joe High School. Lions falling in their first game to Arthur Lovington, 34-63. Georgetown Ridge Farm picked up a win in their first game of the tournament, 49-41 over Watseka. A game in which they were led by Cale Steinbaugh's 24 points, second in by Caden Mingy's 12. Georgetown will inbound the ball underneath La Salette's basket. Ball tossed in high to Steinbaugh. Cale Steinbaugh, that is, number 10, who controls it, guarded by Joe Martin. Cale is fouled on the play, bumped by Joe Martin. His second foul of the game. And the team's sixth foul of the half, so one more foul by La Salette, and Georgetown will be shooting the 1-and-1 for the remaining 2 minutes and 14 seconds of the half. But one more foul by Georgetown, and La Salette will be shooting the 1-and-1 as well. Mingy drives the lane, and a traveling violation called by the refs. So Georgetown came up empty on that possession. La Salette ball. De Artola falls down with the ball. Thankfully, Matthew Romero picks it back up and gets it to Steven Deister, but Romero slid his foot, so possession will rest with Georgetown Ridge Farm.
Into the game for Georgetown, number 14, Logan Hummel.
Buffaloes calling the play from the top of the key. Ball tossed up high to Mingy at the free throw line extended. Mingy drives in hard and tries to throw it, but Joe De Artola is waiting there to pick up the steal. 17-12 Georgetown. Deister gets it inside to De Artola, swings it across to Eamon Martin. In the corner to Matthew Romero. Romero looking for a line to pass the ball to. Ball nearly stolen by Georgetown. Now to Joe Martin, who gets it up top to Deister. Swings it to Eamon, who puts up the shot and splashes it home. Three is up and good by Martin, the sophomore, who hails from Cleveland, Ohio. A shout out to the Martins from everyone here at La Salette. We know that at least Mr. Martin is more than likely watching this game, and doubtlessly other members of the Martin family as well. We hope that everybody's doing well there in Cleveland.
Foul called on Georgetown, number 14, Logan Hummel.
Foul away from the ball there by number 14, Logan Hummel. We'll turn possession back over to the Lions. This will be a very key portion of the game here, Joe, with the remaining 45 seconds ticking away. La Salette controlling the ball, trailing by 2 to Georgetown. We want to tie or take the lead on this possession and make it the last possession of the half. Got to be careful, though. We don't want to hold it too long and do something silly. Deister dribbles at the top of the key, gets it over to Eamon Martin. In the corner to Deister. 16 seconds to go. I thought a foul was going to be called on Steinbaugh, but Steven traveled with the ball, so possession will go back to Georgetown. Steinbaugh is guarded in the backcourt by Joe Martin. He puts up a contested shot and misses it. Joe De Artola flings it and hits the backboard. And we will go into the end of the first half of play here with La Salette trailing Georgetown 17-15. Very closely contested ball game so far, and we will look forward to bringing you the first half statistics and some scores from the Toyota of Danville Classic after a brief intermission. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for the second half of play. My public apologies to Father Dylan Flannery. As I was climbing back up to my broadcasting spot there, I accidentally kicked a priest of the Catholic Church, so he is forced to relocate. I hope he's okay. Anyway, I hope the Lions will be okay this half, too. They trail the Georgetown Ridge Farm Buffaloes 17-15 after one half of play. This is their second game in the Toyota of Danville Classic. Lions falling in their first contest to Arthur Lovington, while Georgetown defeated the Watseka Warriors. What do you have for us as far as first half stats, Mr. Mackin?
Well, top scorer here for the Lions so far in the first half is Steven Deister with 6 points. After him, Joe Deratola, Eamon Martin, and Matthew Romero all have 3 points apiece. For the Georgetown Buffaloes, Cale Steinball has 5 points, but he's not the leading scorer. Zach Roach here has 6 points. And then we got Caden Mingy with 3 and Jace Bina with 3 as well.
So Roach being the Buffaloes' top scorer. That's a surprise. Georgetown starts off the half with the basketball. Moving it against the Lions man-to-man. Cameron Steinbaugh drives in to the paint and is fouled on the play, so he will go to the line for 2. That foul is on La Salette, number 24, Joe DeArtola. That is his first foul of the game, and the first foul for La Salette, and the first foul overall of the half. Cameron Steinbaugh's first attempt from the line is no good. He'll wait for a second. Cameron, as we previously mentioned, is the freshman starter on the team, lefty forward. He's the younger brother of star senior guard Cale Steinbaugh, number 10. So, 18-15, Georgetown Ridge Farm. Miscommunication there from the Lions. Cale Steinbaugh takes it the length of the floor and scores. Ball comes the other way from Georgetown. And another layup by Steinbaugh. Now the score is 22-15 Georgetown. The Lions have to be careful here as they've started off and had some bad starts the second halves of games early on in the year. They're up at the half against St. Thomas More and also against Fountain Central in the Danville Schlarman Hilltopper Classic before they gave up leads in the second half and lost both of those games. So the Lions have to be careful that the same thing doesn't happen here against arch rival Georgetown. Lions basketball to start off. Sorry, with 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter of play. Joe Martin controlling it in the front court. The crazy shout out their encouragement. Ball in the corner to Steven, who pump fakes, relocates. Misses his three-pointer. Rebound goes to Caden Mingy. Up to Steinbaugh. Steinbaugh dribbles the lane and scores another layup. Cale Steinbaugh's got going to start off the second half of play. Lions have to be careful here. They kept him to 5 points in the first half, and he has now 6 in the opening 2 minutes of the second. Lions work it around to Eamon Martin on the wing. Steven Deister drives and draws the foul on the play. That foul will be on Cameron Steinbaugh. It will be his third foul of the game, and will send Deister to the line, with his Lions trailing by 9 to Georgetown. First free throw by Deister is no good. He waits for the ball for the second. Second free throw is up and good. So, Georgetown 24, La Salette 16. Kale Steinbaugh dribbles the ball up and gets it to number 21, Roach. Roach travels with the ball as De Artola comes out to pressure him. Ball to Joe Martin on the corner, and he knocks down the three. Nice to see Joe Martin come back after a difficult first half shooting the ball and start off the second half on a better note. The score is now 16-24. 19-24. Lions trailing Georgetown. Is Mingy with the ball. Mingy drives. Mingy shoots. No good. Mingy controls the rebound and shoots again. That shot is an errant one that goes over the bucket. Ball in the front court. Martin controls it to De Artola. De Artola dribbles and finds Deister. So the initial push from Georgetown being answered here by La Salette. Ball in the corner to De Artola, who knocks down another three. Now Georgetown's lead is a single bucket, 24-22, with just under 5 minutes to go in this third quarter of play. Cale Steinbaugh cuts the baseline, gets the basketball, and draws the foul. That foul will be on De Artola. That is his second foul of the game and the Lions' second foul of the half. These next possessions seem like they will be crucial, Mr. Mackin, to the rest of the ball game, seeing how events transpire here with Georgetown up only a single bucket. That pass is thrown by Mingy to Cale Steinbaugh. Goes out of bounds, but bounced off of a La Salette player first. So the Georgetown coach has decided that he wants to talk things over with his squad and calls timeout. 24-22 Georgetown, 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Really, Father, anyone who's been watching the Lions season so far this year can conclude that it's around this time of the game that we either win the game or lose the game. Usually we go into halftime pretty strong, and then it's usually around this time in the third quarter that we start to fall apart. So it's really going to be a push here by the Lions that can, this quarter is really going to decide how the rest of the game goes.
Yeah, these next few possessions are going to be crucial. The Lions came out in the second half against Milford and were able to withstand the Milford push and make a push of their own in the third quarter, and that saw the Lions be able to pull out the eventual victory against the Milford Bearcats, whereas against St. Thomas More Sabres and the Fountain Central Mustangs, pretty much the same thing happened. The Lions' opponent came out with a push at the start of the third quarter. The Lions were unable to answer it and ended up losing both of those games. Georgetown throws the ball away, and Joe Martin nearly gives it back to the other team. Steven Deister is able to corral it, though, and draw the foul. That foul will be on Cameron Steinbaugh, his fourth of the game. One more and he's out. So the Georgetown coach calls him over to the bench and puts in number 14, Logan Hummel, a junior. Ball swung around. Ball to Eamon Martin, three-pointer up, no good. Rebound chased down by Joe Martin, who catches it, swings it to Deister, gets it to De Artola, who puts up the three, and knocks it home. Clutch basket by De Artola. The Lions now enjoying their first lead since early on in the first quarter. 25-24. Cale Steinbaugh tries to dribble away from the Lions' defensive pressure, and Deister bumps him, closing him down. That's Deister's second foul of the game, and it should be the Lions' third foul of the quarter, I think, although only 2 fouls are third foul of the half, excuse me. 3.5 minutes to go here in our third quarter of play. Sees La Salette leading Georgetown by a score of 25-24. Big three on the last possession by Mr. DeArtola.
Absolutely. It's good to see the ball movement that we've seen from the Lions so far in the first half as well, but really here in the second half, and it's been opening up a lot more shots. And we also see that the Lions are starting to get into a rhythm with their shooting, something that we weren't seeing early in the first quarter. We were seeing a lot of shots bouncing around off the rim. Now people are starting to tune it up a little bit, and so we've been seeing a lot more shots falling.
Yeah, guys seem a lot more confident to let it fly, and Coach Spazey is confident to let them shoot. Possession to Georgetown Ridge Farm. Ball tossed in to Cale Steinbosch to chase it down in the backcourt. Guarded by Joe Martin. Cale dribbles and swings it. And throws the ball out of bounds, trying to find his teammate across the court. La Salette ball. Ball to DeArtola, who knocks down another one.
Man,
Young man.
What a half.
2 straight big buckets from DeArtola.
What a half so far from him. 8 points here in the second.
8 points in the third quarter alone. The crazy screaming defense. And Georgetown tosses the ball out of bounds. 27-24 La Salette. Just under 3 minutes to go here. The last time the Lions played Georgetown was in this Toyota of Danville Classic. Three-pointer is up and in by Joe Martin, and we see a smile on his face for once. Young man's gaining some confidence. 6-point lead for La Salette. Ball swung to Roach. Roach shoots it. Roach misses it. Rebound by Joe Martin, who gets it to DeArtola, who swings it up to Deister, who pitches it to Derwin Wilson. Georgetown gets in the way there. And Joe DeArtola intelligently draws the charge on Steinbaugh. DeArtola saw the point of attack Steinbaugh was going to take and runs there in advance to establish position, drawing the foul on the play. That's the second foul on Cale Steinbaugh and the Buffaloes' third foul of the half. Lions ball, Lions lead 30-24 over Georgetown. Just over 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. Last time the Lions played Georgetown was at this Toyota of Danville Classic, and they lost to Georgetown. So the Lions want to write the ledger here. Derwin Wilson, good look from inside the key, no good. Cale Steinbaugh trots the ball back. Can't get too upset about those, Mr. Mack, and even though it didn't go down, it was a good shot. Cale Steinbaugh loses his footing a bit. A couple Lions reaching in there for the basketball. That foul will be on Joe Martin, his third. Now he has to be careful that he doesn't pick up his fourth before the final quarter of play. Ball top of the key to Steinbaugh. Steinbaugh negotiates his dribble back out. Derwin Wilson comes to trap him, forcing him to get it out to Mingy. Mingy hoists up a deep one and knocks it home. That one is from the volleyball line. 30-27. Deister drives it back the other way. Wilson kicks it back outside, nearly turns it over. Joe Martin has it now on the wing. Lions pinball it around. Deister hoists one up over Steinbaugh, and that's no good. DeArtola was battling for the rebound, but Mingy will come up with it. And the Buffaloes have the ball down 3, 30-27 to La Salette, as the final minute will tick away in the third quarter. Very eventful quarter, as we saw big runs by both teams to have the lead pinball back and forth. Roach in the corner for 3. That will tie up the score, 30-30. Lions, Buffaloes, just under 50 seconds to go here. That foul will be called, I believe, on Mingy.
Foul call on the
It's his third personal foul. Ball to Martin at the top of the key. His feet weren't right. That one's no good. Mingy battling for the ball, hits the dirt, thumped his head. Hopefully he's okay. Lions and Buffaloes both playing very physically there. And physical throughout the ball game. Referee goes over to have a chat with Mingy. Lions to inbound the ball, 39 seconds to play here. Ball to Deister. Deister for three. Deister knocks it down. 33-30 now. 30 seconds to play here in the quarter. That foul will be on Martin. That will be Martin's fourth foul of the quarter. Coach Spazia will check in, wants to check in Matt Romero, but he doesn't get up off the bench in time. 20 seconds to go here, 33-30 La Salette. A lot of pressure being put up on Steinbaugh at the top of the key. Ball dribbled into Roach. Roach's shot is up and no good. Ball is pinballed around. Wilson tries to corral it, but it goes out of bounds. Now Romero will check in for Martin. Mingy will inbound the basketball from underneath the Lions basket. His Buffaloes trailing the Lions 33-30. Bina in the corner to Mingy. Mingy dribbles. Mingy puts up the shot. No good. Follows his own miss. Throws the ball up, but before Roach can get it, time expires. What a third quarter of play, Mr. Mackin, as both teams going into half, what we had 18-15?
That's right.
18-15, and now at the end of the third quarter, we have Lions 33, Buffaloes 30. So both teams scoring about as much as they did in the whole first half of play there in that third quarter. Things seem to open up on the offensive side of the ball. I know that Mr. De Artola knocked down a few buckets in that quarter. What do we have as far as Lions scoring?
Absolutely. You mentioned it already. Joe De Artola did a great job. He's had 11 points here so far in the whole game. Steven Deister has 10, so just behind him. The rest of the points for the Lions, Joe Martin has 6 points, and then from there, Eamon Martin and Matthew Romero still have 3. For the Georgetown Buffaloes, Cale Steinbaugh leads his team with 11 points. We saw him come out explosive at the beginning of the third quarter. And we've got Jace Bina with 6 points, as Jack Roach also has 9.
So, seniors leading their teams. Some balanced scoring coming about here. Both teams take the floor to start off the fourth and final period of play, with La Salette leading Georgetown 33-30. De Artola will inbound the ball. Careful, 5-second call. Ooh. Almost got a 5-second call there. Player only has 5 seconds to inbound the ball. And the out of bounds or possession will turn over to the other team. Ball nearly stolen. And it's knocked off of Romero out of bounds. Georgetown ball. Cameron Steinbaugh checks back into the game. He has to be careful as he has 4 fouls, so none to give. Romero is guarding Cale Steinbaugh. Cameron Steinbaugh drives the lane. His shot is no good. Steven Deister controls the ball, comes into the front court to Joe De Artola, around to Matthew Romero, who puts up the 3, no good. Rebound is controlled by Derwin Wilson, who gets it out to Eamon Martin, who makes his triple. 36-30 La Salette. Just over 7 minutes to play here in this quarter. The tension is becoming palpable here at the Spartans Arena in this Toyota of Danville Classic game. These teams have been rivals for a long time, and neither one wants to lose this battle of Georgetown. Mingy drives the lane. A lot of Lions waiting to put out the welcome mat for him, and he travels. turning possession back over to La Salette. Just under 7 minutes to go here. 36-30, La Salette Lions leading Georgetown Ridge Farm. Ball in the corner to Matt Romero. Up to D'Artola, who shoots the triple and buries it.
Yes, sir.
Lions are red smoking hot to start off this fourth quarter of play. All I can say is if there are any La Salette supporters who aren't watching this game, shame on you, and I hope that you catch it at a later time on the La Salette YouTube channel. Cale Steinbaugh drives the lane there and draws the foul. That's on D'Artola. That'll be his third foul. Steinbaugh makes the basket and goes to the line and knocks down the free throw. 39-33 now, La Salette. La Salette started off the quarter with 3 threes before that traditional three-point play by Steinbaugh dropped their lead back to 6. Ball coming around here to Wilson, to D'Artola. Low-scoring defensive affair here, both teams being cautious. Matthew Romero shoots it. Eamon Martin goes up for the rebound but pushes off of the Georgetown defender. That will be Martin's
Number 15, Eamon Martin. His first
7th foul
7th on the Lions.
of the half. Martin's first, and the referee will say that on the Georgetown Ridge Farm coach's reminder,
Into the bonus.
the referee will say that Mingy will go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1.
That'll be Caden Mingy shooting 1-and-1.
The previous time that La Salette played Georgetown was at this Toyota of Danville Classic. La Salette had the lead for most of the game until the fourth quarter when Georgetown came back and La Salette struggled. Georgetown took the W away. The Lions are going to play their tails off so that history does not repeat itself. And Eamon Martin is going to try that three-pointer and miss it. Steven Deister fouls Steinbaugh.
Foul on the Lions, number 10, Steven Deister, his third.
Coach Spezia calls a timeout. That foul will send Cale Steinbaugh to the line coming out of the timeout. That's the Lions' 8th foul of the half. 2 more, and Georgetown Ridge Farm will shoot 2 free throws on every foul from here on out. Just when I thought tensions couldn't raise higher, Mr. Mack, and they have.
Absolutely. La Salette's kind of dug themselves a hole in this foul trouble. They're going to need to be careful going forward.
Going to have to play very smart defense for sure. 39-33, La Salette. 5 minutes and 42 seconds to play in the ballgame. La Salette waiting as Georgetown breaks the huddle. Steinbaugh will go to the line to shoot it.
Will be number 10, Cale Steinbaugh, shooting 1-and-1.
Steinbaugh's first toss is up and good. 39-34 now. Steinbaugh with 15 for the game. Steinbaugh gets the ball from the ref and shoots his second. That is also good, 39-35. So the Lions' 9-point lead whittled down to 5 here. La Salette with the ball. These are the moments when somebody has to step up and answer. The Lions will look to their senior leadership to chip back and extend their lead against Georgetown. Ball swung around to Derwin Wilson, over to Eamon Martin. Dribble handoff to Steven Deister. Deister gets it to D'Artola, guarded by Cameron Steinbaugh. Ball to Steven Deister, kicks it out to Eamon Martin. Closed on very well by Mingy on the play. Wing now to Derwin Wilson. To Matthew Romero, steps inside. Lets it fly, no good. It was a good shot. His defender overcommitted on the pass, and Romero stepped in and took the open look. Just came up a little short there. Kale Steinbach controls the ball. Guarded by Romero. Romero very quick and a good defender, so he's a good secondary guy to put in there on Steinbach. Ball goes out of bounds, but it was in front of the Crazies. We can't quite see what happened there from our angle. It was off of a La Salette Lion, so possession will remain with Georgetown. Joe Martin checks back into the game for La Salette. For Matt Romero, he's playing with 4 fouls.
Blocking foul call on number 10, Steven Deister.
Blocking foul called on Steven Deister. That's his 4th foul. So both Martin and Deister with 4 fouls. Kale Steinbach goes to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. Shot is up and good, 39-36 now. Coach Spazio is calling to the bench for a change in defensive assignments. Joe DeArtola will take Kale Steinbach since Joe Martin, who was guarding him, has 4 fouls. They don't want him to foul out of the game. Ball to Deister in the corner to Wilson. Wilson up to Joe DeArtola. 39-37. The minutes tick away here. Steven Deister drives the lane and draws the foul. That foul will be on Cameron Steinbach, so he will foul out of the game on that play. Shout out to Cameron, freshman varsity starter. Played a very good game, good strong defense, good effort from the Georgetown Ridge Farm Buffalo.
Into the game for the Buffaloes comes number 14, Logan Hummel.
And got that foul, playing a nice, strong effort play. So shout out to him as a worthy opponent who played a good game. Hopefully Deister can capitalize here. His free throw is up and good. 40-37. Hopefully that free throw by Deister will calm down the Lions' nerves here a little bit, Joe, and get us back into the swing of things.
I hope so. I think it was a good choice by Coach Spazio to put Joe Martin back in. The Lions were playing kind of frantic, so having a senior on the court, another senior, experienced senior, that definitely helps.
The Lions control the rebound off of that miss. Joe Martin contesting for the rebound. Fouls out of the game. Derwin Wilson there took the three-pointer from the corner. Not what the Lions needed at the time, as Coach Spazio is doubtlessly telling them. That will be the 10th foul by the Lions, and Joe Martin fouls out of the game. How many did he finish with there, Joe?
Joe Martin finishes the game with 6 points.
6 points. Knocked down a big 3 in the second half. So the Lions will take the court. Georgetown Ridge Farm will be shooting the double bonus, so 2 free throws the rest of the way out here. Matt Romero checks back into the game for Martin. Number 2, Jace Bina at the line for Georgetown. The senior guard gets a friendly roll up from the rim and bounces in his first, waits for the second. Knocks that down as well. So the Lions lead a single point. 40-39 over Georgetown. 3 minutes and 45 seconds to play. Ball swung around. DeArtola controls it at the top of the key, guarded by number 14, Logan Hummel. That might be a matchup the Lions want to take advantage of. DeArtola could probably take him to the bucket. Steven Deister dribbles the ball against Steinbach. Steinbach knocks the ball away from Deister. Fights for the basketball.
Foul called on La Salette, number 10.
That foul will be on Steven Deister. That's his 5th as well. So Deister will have to take a seat for the remaining 3 minutes and 18 seconds of the ball game. And now the plot thickens as the Lions are up a single point. And they're starting guards. Deister and Martin have both fouled out. And Steinbaugh goes to the line for Georgetown. Steinbaugh asking that the ball be wiped off. So some slick spots on there. His first free throw is up and good. Tie ball game. Second free throw is no good. Daryl Wang's checked into the game for Steven Deister. Hands the ball off to De Artola. 3 minutes to go here. De Artola guarded by Steinbaugh. De Artola gets it in the corner to Wang. Wang puts up the three. Three-pointer is no good. Bynum controls the rebound, streaks into the front court. Nearly lost control. Ball out to Mingy. Mingy drops down the three. 43-40. Georgetown Ridge Farm. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the game. La Salette seemed to have control of the game with a 9-point lead. However, Georgetown came charging back and capitalizing on the absence of Joe Martin and Steven Deister.
Timeout, charge to the Lions.
To take the 43-40 lead over La Salette. La Salette ball. Coach Spezia calls a timeout. 2 minutes and 12 seconds to go in our ball game. The error being taken out of La Salette's sails a bit, as it seems, as we were saying, that they were in control of the game for a while, Joe, before Georgetown made a push, and things have seemed to bounce the Buffaloes' way here. But there's still 2 minutes and 12 seconds to play, and La Salette is only down 3 points, and they have at least 4 players on the floor who have shown that they can knock down threes, so the game is far from over. Ball inbounded to Romero, back to De Artola. Steinbaugh trying to close down De Artola. De Artola takes the line to the basket and draws the foul on Steinbaugh. That's his third of the game. Cale Steinbaugh has 19 points, which must lead the Georgetown scoring department, I'm thinking. Matthew Romero to Daryl Wang. Daryl Wang to De Artola at the top of the key there. De Artola now dribbling it. Pressured by Steinbaugh. Gets it to Wang. Wang guarded by Logan Hummel. Picks up his dribble. Gets it inside to Derwin Wilson to De Artola. De Artola lets it fly. Oh. And knocks it down, but the rebound is controlled by Eamon Martin. To De Artola again, to Wilson in the corner. Wang gets the ball at the top of the key, lets it fly, and knocks it down. And that, I think, is another appropriate time to say it. young man knocking down a clutch three to tie score. 1 minute and 9 seconds to play in our ball game. And an absolute, I don't even know what you can call that.
Nail biter? I mean,
a lifeline thrown to La Salette Academy by Daryl Wang, a senior guard.
man, games don't come much closer than this, do they? Minute 9 seconds left to play.
No. I must say, I could do with a little less excitement, but it is extremely exciting. A big shout out to Wang on the year, who's a senior playing his last year of basketball at La Salette. Not a starter, but he went and asked the coaching staff if he could lead the second unit in practice against the La Salette Lions starters in order to give them more competition to bring a higher intensity level to practice. So Daryl put himself second and put the team first, and he deserves a shout out for that. And he deserves a big shout out for being mentally prepared for that moment to knock down the dagger three. And you could tell he was loving every second of it as he left his hand hanging there in the air after he released the ball.
Absolutely. And although, as we've seen, the two seniors, Joe Martin and Steven Deister, they're on the bench right now because they fouled out of the games. They are not being silent. They're helping these guys out. They're telling them, I saw Steve, right? They called the timeout. Steve just waved his finger. He's like, come here. And then he started talking to Matthew about all the stuff he needed to do. So.
Give him a little instruction.
Absolutely.
We love it. Here's Steinbaugh with the basketball, guarded by De Artola. Ball out to Mingy at the top of the key. Switched on the play. Blocking foul on De Artola.
Foul on number 24, Joseph De Artola.
That's his fourth foul of the game.
At the line for the Buffaloes, shooting two is Caden Mingy.
Mingy at the line for Georgetown. Score tied. 54 and a half ticks to go in the ballgame. Mingy's free throw is up and good. Deathly quiet gymnasium. Second free throw is no good, but Steinbaugh grabs the rebound. Oof. That's the worst possible scenario.
Yeah, it is.
Ball on the deck. Jerwin Wilson picks it up. De Artola streaks into the front court. 40 seconds to go here. La Salette basketball. Ball to De Artola. Lions only need a two. 30 seconds to go. Surely be the last possession of the game. The Buffaloes up by one. 20 seconds to go. De Artola being guarded by Steinbaugh. De Artola's got to be careful he doesn't turn it over. Timeout called by Coach Spezia. 16.8 ticks to go as Coach Spezia takes the timeout, a full timeout. And I think, Mr. Mackin, that this one could do nothing else but go down to the wire.
Yeah,
44 to 43, Georgetown Ridge Farm lead. 16.8 seconds to go in the ball game. La Salette basketball.
I think that going into this possession, the Lions have to keep in mind that if they can draw a foul from the Buffaloes, that puts them in the bonus and at the line.
Well, that's a very good point. Yeah, any foul by a Georgetown Ridge Farm player will send the La Salette Lions to the line to shoot the 1-and-1.
Which could
also important to remember that we don't need a three here. Unless it's our only option, we only need a two.
We'll see what the Lions bring.
La Salette Lions take the floor with the ball, and the butterflies are definitely going in the stomachs of the announcers, I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what that would be like on the floor for the players. As De Artola goes to inbound the basketball. Ball to De Artola at the top of the key. 13 seconds to go. Great defense being played by Steinbaugh. De Artola's got to make a move. 8 seconds to go. And that was a play by a senior. That is Cale Steinbaugh. Drew the 5-second call on De Artola. De Artola steals the ball. 5 seconds to go. De Artola to Romero at the top of the key for three. No good. Rebound tipped up. No good. Charles Prather crashed the boards and tipped that ball up. The shot was no good. And that will be the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Georgetown Ridge Farm taking down La Salette by a single point, 44-43 in a whale of a ball game. Lions made a push in the fourth quarter to take the lead. Georgetown answered with a push of their own, and with the Lions senior guards Deister and Martin fouling out of the game, just a little bit too much to overcome to La Salette, who falls to 1-6 on the season and 0-2 in the Toyota of Danville Classic. Georgetown Ridge Farm moves to 2-0 in the tournament, having won their first game against Watseka, 49-41. We encourage you to join us tomorrow for further action, as La Salette will play Watseka at 6:30 p.m. And then La Salette will know then what game they will be seeded into, depending upon the place that they have in their pool. They'll also play at a time on Saturday. What do we have for statistics for the game, Joe?
For our statistics for the game, the leading scorer from both teams is Cale Steinball, coming out of the game here with 19 points. Steven Deister picked himself up another point here in the fourth, not much else. He's finishes the game with 11 points. Joe Deratola finishes as the leading scorer for the Lions here with 14. Other than that, not a whole lot of other scoring really went on. Mingy picked himself up 4 in the second half of the game, ending his final score for the game with 7 points. That's about it.
We thank you for listening to the ball game, and we encourage you to tune in again at 6:30 tomorrow Central Standard Time to watch your Lions take on the Watseka Warriors. And this is Father Daniel Chavarria wishing you a very happy rest of your evening. Thanks so much for tuning in, and good night.